You ever get up in the morning and you just don't feel like doing anything and you just feel blah, you just nothing, I don't know, you just like don't care about anything? Slap yourself, guys. You don't want to get that attitude. You just have to like, hey, it's a good day. Think of all the great things. Get out of that little mood swing real quick and smile. If you have to, go to the mirror and make faces. But you don't want to drag yourself down with bad thoughts. I'm going to take the fuel trailer to Thunder Creek. Going to head over. We got to get fuel in the combine, check things out. I don't think it got too dewy last night. Oh, I'd love a killing frost, but nothing in sight yet. We need to get rid of them green stems in the beans, and it's not working. So that's on my mind today, but nothing I can do about that. Mother Nature decides all that. We just have to bounce with the punches. Checking to make sure everything's hooked up on the truck there. We're gonna start little Mr. Sid Dillon up here. Get the little engine warmed up on this Chevy pickup. Wish we had a key. Wish we had a key. Ooh, the air conditioning's on. Oh, the radio comes blaring out. We can't have the radio on because they'll monetize me. Woo, woo, woo. Get that off there. Turn that off. Could turn the air off completely, but I like a little air circulation because when you keep the air pressurized with the fan going down the gravel road, helps keep the dust out. Since we're on the subject of dust, maybe some of you guys can leave comments in down below, but I've been hearing a lot of people lately on their Dodge pickup, some of the newer ones, the cabs leak a lot of dust. And I didn't believe that, but I got a couple friends that got the new Dodgers, and wow, they're going down the road with the windows up, babies in the back, and the cab is just filling up with dust. So I was just curious, is it just a few pickups around here I know that's doing that? Or is it other Dodge owners? Hey, you're blinding us in the sun. Right now it's a little bit brisky out here. Not bad, but it's like 58 degrees. The sun is out, as you can see, but it's still just a little chill bone on the gonny. So I'm gonna spice it up with a sweatshirt. And then in about an hour I'll be like, wow, I'm all sweaty. Nah, I'll take it off before then, but it actually feels really good right now. Sounds like today it will be Cooper, Cole, me, Zach and his lovely wife, and two lovely daughters. One of them's getting baptized today, so they're going to be gone doing baptism things with their family, and I'm really, really happy for that because a lot of times, Zach, we can't get rid of him. He's just always out here, it seems like. And we always tell him, Zach, if you got stuff going on with your family, you go do it. You have our permission, and we want him to go do that. But he's just one guy that likes to work and stuff, but we always want him to know that his family comes first, things like that. So we're very happy for Zach today. He's taking that day that he needs, a little family time, rest, and we're gonna hit the field. So hopefully we don't tear everything up, so when Zach comes back tomorrow, like, oh, Zach, we got this and this to the fix. So, but we got to put fuel in the combine. We're gonna use Mr. Thunder Creek, and let's get it filled up. Here's one nice thing. They make these ladders easy to get on the combine. You just pull it down, boom, and you get a dust storm. Just got to remember on some of this stuff when you unfold it, whatever, don't get your fingers in the wrong places. I've seen, I've done, and I've been there. And it hurts. So I know one guy that he got his fingers in the wrong place on the combine and it bent them all out of shape. Two of them, if I remember right. He spent the rest of his life with something that could have maybe been prevented, but they say accidents happen, but we really, really, really want to try hard not for them to happen. All right, let's open Mr. Thunder Creek here and see what we got. Hey, we got paper towels. It's always nice to have paper towels. You get your hands dirty, you wipe them up. Okay, we got went to the wrong one. Well, I probably should fill the depth up too, but right now, hopefully, yeah, we can reach. The reason I say we can reach, we got 35 feet of hose. Now I'm kind of just making sure around the diesel fuel container, the cap, it's clean. You just rather not be getting a bunch of dirt and crap in your fuel tank. These little caps, they got little vents underneath them, so your tank needs to be able to breathe. Just something that's kind of good to do. Oh, let's get the, I suppose we should put def in it too. 35-foot hose. Now I probably got dirt or something in my shoe. Well, we'll make sure, and this time the gas was on, but I usually try to turn the gas off just before I shut it off, because I've had these little motors, probably not this certain one here today, but on our seed tenders and things like that, where we didn't shut the gas off. Going down the road, it must bounce the float. I've had it before where we couldn't get these things to turn over. Went to check the oil and gas was coming out. It was so full, it filled the engine up with gasoline, and we had to drain the oil and change the oil, and then it started right up. So I usually try to shut the gas off and let it run out a little bit as we're filling up towards the end. Okay, let's get her started. There we go. Let's try to fill her up. The def. I always hate filling def. Seems like half time won't go in, or one of the things they gave us, making us use, that's punishable up to as long as you own the machine. One thing I always like about combines and stuff, if there was ever a fire, probably the chances are it'd be probably in the motor or something somewhere in the back. Gets pretty hot. Put it 3 feet from the fire. Time you get up the ladder, burn your eyelids off, maybe tip of your nose, but you'll get to the fire extinguisher. One thing I'm doing right now when I'm walking around the engine on the combine, I'm looking for loose trash. Get that out of the engine compartment. Might not look like a big deal, just looks bigger when it's in flames. If it happened to get somewhere where it shouldn't and get hot, boom. Little fins for the alternator, clean them off so it can breathe. Well, it shouldn't be little fins, it's a screen that lets your alternator get air, keep it cool. Sometimes they get dirty. It's one thing you gotta remember, things that need to breathe, it's like your nose. If it's full of dirt, stuffed up, can't breathe, engines are the same way. Kind of like that big giant radiator. Every so often it's good to open it up, blow it out. And we'll do that later today too. Check the belts, make sure they're tight. Well, down the long stairs we go. Woo. Probably a little bit hard to see it, but these beans are kind of leaning one way. They're leaning, and we're having a little trouble getting them to come in to the combine, but there's enough green stems out here, probably not helping matters. So the only thing I can think of is we need a killing frost. We've talked about this. There's nothing in sight yet. But that would just do wonders. It just take that green right out of them plants. Boom, we'd be running a little better. Never fails. The first week of beans, torture a guy.
I just drove running 2 flags here on the end rows. Would you be able to pull those out?
Yeah, I'll run home and get the skid loader and a chain. Sounds like there's a couple flags out here Cole needs me to pull out, so I'll go grab them quick. I think he did a little spraying or something out here and he marked them. Oh, there's one right there. We'll run down here and grab this one first. Tell you what, right now we're not filling very fast. We're kind of going one way for a little bit, getting the field opened up, and may have to do the whole field one way. As a cart driver today, it's been hard to keep my eyes open. I sit here and I've been setting my alarm clock on my phone for like 15 minutes. That way if I do accidentally fall asleep and not know I fell asleep, I'll know I'm gonna wake up then 5 hours later. So far I've been keeping awake, but just sitting here. Air conditioning running, radio playing low, reading comments from you guys. Now we gotta go and get that flag. Oh! Come on! God! Dang, what'd you do? Put it in with a... Wow! Wow! Must have drilled a 20-inch hole in the ground before he planted that one. Well, hopefully they stay there and don't fall out and end up in some piece of equipment later. We're not sure what's going on with the combine. Long story short, the monitor's going off beep, beep, saying low voltage. Is the alternator not working? We think so, but we're doing some poking around trying to figure it out. We're going to charge the batteries for a little bit, do some testing. Dust. So the boys are on the phone making some calls. I'm kind of in the lost right now. I'm not really sure what's all going on or what they're finding. I'd like to really test the batteries to make sure the alternator's kicking out. Got a little miniature tornado going through. I don't know if you can see this stuff whipping around.
Hey, Dad, get away from that. It'll cut through all your clothes.
Cooper's in there messing a few things. He just got done talking to a couple guys on the phone. Like anything, it's always frustrating when it's not working. Main thing is just to get it figured out. Sometimes figuring out can be a issue in itself. Well, hopefully we got things figured out. We're all on our phone. We're reading things. What could be causing the problem? The alternator's testing, working. Blah, blah, blah. We've been reading, been looking. And it said check fuse in the cab for the power pack divider. Check that. It was bad. Put in a new one. Called underneath the machine. Everything's green, so everything's go. That's one nice thing anymore. You have trouble with a combine, can't get something figured out, you get on Ag Talk. You can search up the problem, tell what you got going on, and you'll find other guys that had probably the exact same problem. So it's kind of cool. Looks like Ellie's gonna ride on the combine. Call her in. Okay, wish you luck. Well, we're hoping everything works like a charm now. We haven't got much done today, and that doesn't make a guy happy. We're heading back to air conditioning. We were worried in the combine that it derated itself for the DEF, and then you got to have Case come out and reset it, and they're busy. Sunday, nobody would be out today to do that. So hopefully this takes care of the problem. We're good to go. Well, double well, 3 times well, another 4 or 5, 6 times well. Take a look here, the combine's coming across the field. I'll show you what we're against. We got time, we can take a moment to visit. Feels good. You know, I was just thinking, I've been sitting in the tractor for a few hours now, but people that work in like an office, at a desk, or sitting for a long time at a time, I just got up and my legs were like asleep. It was like, so that's something we all got to think of wherever we work. If it's an office or we're driving tractors for long periods of time, semi-drivers, there's a lot of jobs where we're probably sitting down. We got to remember now and then, get up, stretch that body, stretch that back so them blood vessels in your bones don't like forget to pump blood. I was just thinking of that. So that is something to think about. I was somewhere not too long ago at an office and they had to look like these balloon balls or something they were sitting on, and they were bouncing around as they're typing on the computer, and I thought that's kind of neat, probably pretty comfortable. I don't know if you can see out here, but there's just enough green stems in half of these. They're dummies. I mean, there's nothing on them. They're just a green stem to make the combine mown and grown. And then when you take a 45-foot head, and I think here pretty soon we're gonna probably go to a different field, but the beans and everything are popping right out. But take a look at this head. Don't do this at home. I am trained. Not really, but I did let Cole know I was gonna be out here, so he's watching for me. I mean, that's taking a lot of stuff. Probably hard to see it with the sun, but we got a little over 19,000 pounds on it right now. Oh yeah. All right, we got to turn around so we'll be ready for Cole.
Actually, nice. I'm gonna go with his answer. I like that.
This is what you don't want to do. Plug up the head. I'm not sure if we'll have to get out and yank this stuff out or not. We got so much green in these beans, we probably should have just pulled out and gone somewhere else today. The green stems is what I'm talking about. The beans itself are good and dry. The pods are good and dry. Oh. And I know it's nerve-wracking when you plug a machine too. I don't know what we're doing for sure. But when you plug them, it's just like, it's like you tighten your belt so tight that you can't breathe. You're like taking a breath in, and then somebody just tightens your belt 3 notches tighter than you used to, and you, that's what happens to the machine when you plug it up with beans. What I always worry about when you plug them up like this, burning belts off. And I have a feeling tonight, as soon as that sun starts to go down, boom, the dewness is gonna set in. We're out of here. Yeah. I should be one of them announcers that sits up there in the little square box up above watching the game. Yeah, we got this going on and now we plugged up the combine. You can almost hear the person inside wanting to say some words that we can't put on the air that we'd have to beep out, but we can't hear them, so we can just imagine the words that are coming out. But actually it's Cooper and he's pretty calm, so he doesn't look like he's too flustered. He doesn't act flustered at all, so that is one good thing with Cooper. He stays calm. He knows these things happen. He's trying, so he's probably messing with the rotor back and forth. Oh, let's hope it ain't slugged where we got to tear it apart to get that stuff out. It's not fun. Whoops, I forgot to shut that off. Oh, I think he got her. Oh, I was a little worried about that. I thought this could be a mess. Hey, get up there, buddy. Right now, I feel like a prairie dog out in the middle of nowhere.
If I want you to slow down a little bit, I'll tell you. But when I'm trying to creep to the back of the cart and you keep slowing down with me, it just makes us keep both going slower and slower. And so I'm about to stop it.
That's one reason why Cole was just saying I was slowing down. I can't see in the back of that cart, and I want to put a monitor in here. And they don't want to do it because they're like, oh, then the hired men, it wouldn't be Zach, because Zach knows what he's doing. But in the past, we've had guys, he said, they'll never turn around and look. Well, what do we got to look at? We look at the wheels beside the combine. I cannot see that big old hole back there, and I can't see where they're at from the combine. You can see everything. So I think it'd be pretty nice to put a camera with a camera on the back of the cart so you can see everything, and then a screen up here, and then I'm not sitting there trying to look around and not able to see anything anyhow. So that's why I want a camera in the, but anyhow, long story short, again, I feel like a prairie dog since we got interrupted, but look how pretty this looks. Beautiful, beautiful sunset. You can see the neighbor Logan. He's in the combine over there. I think the rest, Dad and Uncle, they're out there. This is just absolutely beautiful.